Culture, a system of shared beliefs, values, behaviors, language, and symbols that a group of people use to identify themselves. When I think of culture, I think of grandmas in the kitchen cooking and raising their grandchildren, not their children.
Hey y'all, I'm Honey, and welcome to Dating in My 50s. This series is real, honest, and grown, y'all. We're talking love, lessons, red flags, healing, and what dating looks like when you actually know who you are. No games, no settling, just grown woman conversations and real life experiences. If you still open to love, but smarter this time, you in the right place. Let's talk about it. Okay. So now this segment will be we're gonna talk about the drunk dude. Woo child. I told y'all I had some experiences. My goodness. So during my 30-day stint on the Facebook dating site, I met a guy. Oh man, y'all, he was so cool. Oh my goodness. We used to laugh, talk shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause I had told him in the very beginning, like I tell everybody, I had like a little blanket ass statement. Look, I'm just trying to be friends and see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not pressed. I'm not looking for no live-in lover. I'm not a cougar. I ain't buying no PlayStations and no Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't there. So he was so cool, drunk dude, right? So we was talking on the phone. I ain't getting no dick pic. He was very respectful, and just a cool dude. So like, we used to laugh and joke. So one day we was on the phone and I asked him when was his birthday. Okay. Mind you, we ain't never met. This is in the first 48 hours because I try to get down like and see, because I can tell through the conversation whether this gonna work or not. You know what I mean? Like I know. So he told me his birthday. I'm like, oh, cool. I checked the date, like, oh man, we got to hang out. We got to do something. I'm off that day. You know what I'm saying? So he like, cool. So now mind you, this was like in September. I said I did the dating thing for the month of September 2025, right? Baby, I didn't last till October. I said it was over with for me. I couldn't do it. So I got like a little ticket girl. I get tickets to everything, you know what I'm saying? And for the low, to a lot of she hooked me up on a lot of different things, you know what I'm saying? So I call her, she gave me some tickets to this little festival thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take dude to the little festival thing. Now mind you, okay, um, we ain't never met. We just talking on the phone on some cool type stuff, right? So when I told him that we was gonna hang out for his birthday, right? He was like, cool. So everything was cool. We talking, we laughing, we joking. Now, mind you, the day that we were set to go to the little festival was the first time we was actually meeting. You know what I mean? But by that time, I had already knew that he was not the one. Okay, I knew. Same situation. No car, no job, staying with your mom, right? But in his defense, he was cool as hell, y'all. I thought we was gonna be good friends. I said I knew that he wasn't a man for me, but I'm not thinking we're gonna be good friends because we so cool, we laughing, we joking, and I actually look forward to talking to him. You know what I'm saying? So, OMG. So, the day, okay, so like I said, what let me know that he wasn't the man for me was the fact that no car, no job, and staying with your mama, and you're in your 50s. Oh no, y'all know that wasn't gonna work for me. So, but like I said, I'm able to be cool with anybody. You know what I mean? From the highest to the highest to the lowest of the lows, I can always be cool with somebody. We just ain't gonna swap body fluid, you know. So no car, I pick him up, tell him what time I pick him up. I go grab him. You know what I'm saying? This dude older than me, dressing like a YN. But you know what I mean? I wasn't tripping, shoot, somebody might say I dress like a YB, you know what I mean? So, but he was coordinated and he looked nice. And we looked real cute on our pictures. But baby, when he got in that car, I could look at his face, his skin, and just tell that he had an alcohol problem. Like for real. It was so crazy. Like, oh no. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, that's why he's so cool. That's why we able to laugh and joke so much. This nigga be drunk. You know what I mean? See, I didn't know it at first, but I could definitely tell sometimes in the during the course of the conversation that because he said he didn't smoke no weed. So I knew that, he had and I didn't assume any type of drug. So I figured he probably was a little tipsy just because of the way the conversations was going. Right. So I took him to the festival. Okay, I pick him up for the festival. So he like, you want to get a drink before we go? And I'm like, if you want to, because I don't drink that much, and I'm driving, and the place we was going, I had bought we had I had got these packages, and we had got like 3 drinks a piece there, so I really didn't need no alcohol. So when so he said stop at the liquor store, so I took him to the liquor store. Then he got like some ice house beer or whatever, some little cheap shit, But I guess I didn't expect too much more because I knew he ain't had no money. You know what I mean? So we go to the little thing. Man, we had a ball. And he like, man, your ass got me with all these white folks, He like, but man, this some cool shit. This some cool shit. I'm like, listen. I'm like, um, this where I come. Like, when I do stuff, I like to do white people shit. If you see me in the crowd, you will not. It's probably it's gonna be some black folks, but we ain't gonna be the majority. You know what I'm saying? I like to do white people shit. I feel a little safer. I'm in Chicago. I feel a little safer with the white folks. I ain't gonna cap. I feel a little safer. So then we had a ball at the little thing. Then so after we leave, you know, the little hangout, I didn't even want to call that no date because, like I said, no job, no car, and living with your mama, we ain't going nowhere. So after the little festival, I'm like, man, I'm hungry now. It's football season. It was a Thursday night, and I want to watch me some football, so I'm trying to get him to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Man, like I said, he ain't got no money. I know he broke. I'm finna listen. I'm finna buy us some chicken, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't listen. I'm not a petty person. You know what I'm saying? I was cool. I'm taking you out. Look, I got this. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't want me to, because I took him out. He did not. He refused to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. So we wound up going to J&J, getting some fish and chicken. You know what I'm saying? And he paid for it, you know. And it was definitely appreciated. And the effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, And at that time, and my man like, see, yeah, this finna be my friend. We finna be cool. You know, I'm cool like that. You know what I'm saying? So we went over his sister's house. I met his two sister. Went to one sister's house, but another sister was there. We ate our chicken, listened to some music. Um, he had bought me some Tito's earlier when he bought his ice house things. He bought me some Tito's. I took it in there and drunk it with his sister, and we had a good old time, right? And the sister pulled me to the side, like, "You like my brother?" I'm like, "Baby, I love your brother as a friend. I think he is a great person." And she was like, "My brother is a good man, but he just needs to quit drinking. You know, he got an alcohol problem." I said, "You know what? I figured that, because when he drunk one ice house on the way there. He drank the three drinks, you know what I'm saying? And then I gave him one of mine. So the ice house, 4 drinks, okay? Then he still had another ice house in my car. So by the time we leave the place, he good and tipsy. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm quite sure you probably have been drinking all day. You ain't got no job. When you ain't see, idle time is the devil's workshop when you ain't got no place to be and nothing to do. A lot of times you indulge in your vices. I ain't mad, and I'm not here to judge. You know what I'm saying? We gonna leave all that up to God. I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I do know what I like. I do know what is acceptable for me and the way that I live. You understand what I'm saying? And even at that point, even with the drunkenness, shoot, this still my homie. You feel me? So, because by this time, shoot, we like 30 days in on the friendship, on the cool. We talking every day, talking shit. Woo, you know what I'm saying? So after he wound up getting drunk, and he drunk that last bit. His sister house wound up getting drunk. So we leave. I take him home, and I go on home. You know what I'm saying? Everything was cool. And because I did have 2 drinks at the place, and I was drinking the tea that's with his sister, he was a gentleman. He talked to me on the phone all the way till I got home. You know what I'm saying? Like, good dude. Maybe he needs some AA. Maybe he needs to go to AA or something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what. But like I said, he was still my homie, drunk and all. I got drunk friends. I got dope fiend friends. I got high friends. I got all type of friends. You know what I mean? I don't judge people for how they live their life. We all got one life to live, and I don't know your histories. I don't know your past traumas, so I try not to be judgmental in that area. But like I said, he was out the door because it wasn't no car, it wasn't no job, and you live with your mama. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to no man mama house and call myself laying up. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I can't do it. So about a week later, he called me. It's a Friday, right? He like, "Man, I'm at work." He like, "Man, what you doing when you get off?" I ain't doing nothing. He like, "Man, pull up on me." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a cocktail. I'm like, "Cool." I said, I'm like, "Cool, I'll call you when I get off. You send me the address." You know what I'm saying? Well, no, 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 no. I did okay. I told him I'll call him when I get off and he could send me the address because he needed to send it to me again. You know what I mean? Cause shoot, we be texting and stuff. I had to scroll all the way up. So got off, he dropped the load. I'm on my way, right? So I pull up and he come out, we go to the liquor store, right? Um, I think he left his wallet at home. So I say, I'll pay for you, just give it back. He like, "Nope, take me back home." So I took him home. He went and got his wallet. We went back and he paid for the drinks or whatever. So I'm like, "Where you want to go?" So we went to we parked. We went to like a cooler park or in a cooler area. It was safe. You know what I'm saying? Um, everything was cool. So we sitting out there, we drinking, and I'm smoking because I'm a smoker. And we just talking. But mind you, now about it, when he got in the car initially, he was already, what I'm saying, in it. Right now, mind you, I've been at work all day, so I ain't had nothing. I'm pretty much sober for I've been at work 8 hours. So it's hard work when you sober and somebody next to you is high or drunk or something, because they don't, they ain't really making a whole lot of sense, and you know what I mean, and you ain't there to, and so he was really blowing me, right? He was really blowing me because, like I said, I was already irritated. I will pay for the drink. You can just cash out me, you know what I'm saying, or Zelle me. We ain't got to go back to your house to go back to the liquor store, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, see, that was that drunk shit, you know what I'm saying? And because he is a man, he and he's not a user, so he just want me to know, like, I ain't trying to take advantage of you. I know you got it, you know what I'm saying, but I want to do my role as a man. And guess what? I let him. That's why I didn't argue. I took him back to his house so he can get his wallet and took him back to the store, because it is not my place to emasculate any man. You trying to be a gentleman, I'm gonna allow that. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it, right? So we talking, and I noticed one thing, right? Like when we could be talking about something, and like the sober him, is logical and reasonable, but the drunk him be won't. It's like he want me to know he's smart. You know what I mean? If I thought you were dumb, I wouldn't even said I wanted to be friends. You only here because you are intelligent and you know how to carry a conversation. Trust and believe that, right? So, I was talking to him about my podcast. I had a guy that I wanted on my podcast. So I'm telling him, like, man, I need this. I need this particular person. I reached out. He hit me up. I got something to do tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to grab him on Sunday so we can get this popping, right? But so he like, that ain't the only, you could do this, and that shit been going on since the 80's and right? I'm like, excuse me, that shit been going on since the beginning of time, and I want him because he's popular. He's hot right now, right? So we going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hold on. I just got out of work. You're blowing my high. You know what I'm saying? You don't know everything. And the last time I checked, you're not a content creator. So please don't tell me how to run my show. You know what I'm saying? We just having a basic conversation. Nah, because I'm just saying, and right? Like, okay. So now I'm blown. You know what I'm saying? And so I said, you know what? Let's just change the subject because I didn't come over here for this. I just got off work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come to argue with no drunk motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? By this time, I'm pissed. I'm a little pissed. So now, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the respect that I had is going out the window because he drunk and he study going on. You know what I mean? So hold on. So I cut the music up, right? And I had said something like, it was some young people, some slow music about, it was R&B music about some younger, like this younger generation, SZA, her, and some more of them. Now the songs is busting, and I know the songs, but I can't connect the song to the artist. I'm like, man, with these young folks, I love this music, but I don't really know these artists like that. I do. Oh, okay, that's good you do. You know what I'm saying? Study with this trying to I'm smart thing, right? But I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember what got his ass dropped off, right? I'm telling him, like, man, we don't have to do this, I know you're an intelligent person. You don't always have to like try to prove to me that you smart. You know what I'm saying? So my son just finished introduction to construction in September. So I had him doing some work for me, right? So I was telling him that I had my son paint my steps going to my basement. Now, mind you, he's never been in my home. He's never seen it. You know what I'm saying? It's only 6 steps, right? So like 6 steps. So I told him that I told my son to start at the bottom and work his way up, right? So he gonna tell me, nah, that ain't how you do it. He supposed to start at the top and work his way down because the gravity and the paint gonna drip and woo woo woo, right? Excuse me, sir. I spent I spent over a decade in the Navy. I know how to paint. Okay. I know how to paint. If I don't know how to do nothing else, I know how to paint and I know how to buff a floor. Okay. So I say, no, I don't want him to start at the top because the floor has to dry and I do not want him stuck down there with me for no 8 hours. Right? He like, it ain't gonna take no 8 hours for that floor to dry and blah, 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 right? So I'm like, listen, you do things your way, I do things my way. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Just like it's more than one way to get to your house, it's more than one way to get to my house, it's more than one way to get downtown. There's more than one way to do a job. It's more than one way. You know what I'm saying? Your way might not be my way, my way might not be your way, but guess what? The job gonna get done. So he's going into this thing. I can build a whole house and I can do this. And this nigga went on Amazon and first he was telling me that my son need these particular shoes to paint my steps, right? And that way, when he get through painting, he can walk back up the steps or something. And I said, I'm not buying that for no damn 6 steps. Is you cool? Them the only steps I got in my whole house that would actually need some paint. Literally. Matter of fact, those are the only steps I got in my house. Okay. So I'm not gonna buy him no damn stupid shoes for no 6 steps. So I said, you know what? You too smart for me. Let me go and drop you on off, right? So I drop him off. And then he proceeds to tell me that he sends me the Amazon listing for these shoes that I need to get this job done. So I text him like, baby, please stop. Like, you know, now it's getting redundant, and now you didn't already blew me. Now I don't even know if I want to be your friend no more because this too much for me. I don't battle with people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in no competition. This ain't that. I don't even draw, you know. So he so then he proceeds to tell me, yeah, I got a house in South Holland and I'm gonna be throwing concerts in the summertime and you over there in Dalton and you think you the shit. No, sir. Obviously you must think I'm the shit. Okay? Because I ain't said nothing about nothing. I ain't invited you to my house. I ain't showed you no pictures of my house. I ain't said a word. You just know I got a house, okay? Because I live in this motherfucker. You know, while you telling me you got this house in South Holland and you live with your mama, you know what I mean? So, like I said, I was pretty much over it, right? At that particular juncture, like we wasn't hanging out no more. It was over for me. I had pretty much shaked out then. But then this was sealed it, like this what ended it all, right? You know, at the beginning of like Christmas season, you know, now mind you, I hadn't seen him since he blew me, and I still haven't seen him since that day. Like, I don't never want to see your ass again. It's over with. So, but we were still talking on the phone periodically then. And an update, he had got a job. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. So, you know, I was happy. But I was telling him that you know, all the little kids wanted Carhartt this year for whatever reason. So I was telling him that I was looking for a blue Carhartt jacket, right? And he gonna tell me these kids don't want Carhartt. That's construction man gear. Uh, these kids want Gucci North Faces. Baby, if I buy my 15-year-old son a Gucci North Face and I know that my child has to walk to school, I am setting my child up to get hurt. Okay. I'm going to buy him this Carhartt with a matching hat. Okay. Everybody had them for $100. You know what I mean? Like, shit, I'm gonna get him this. Right? Do y'all know? This nigga, now mind you, my son asked for a Carhartt. I didn't tell him that my son asked for a Carhartt. I just told him I was looking for my son a blue one. That's it. I didn't mention nothing else. Do you know this man got to telling me hey Carhartt was construction man gear? Like I'm not from the west side, I'm not from the hood. Like I didn't wear a Carhartt overall in the mother chucking winter while my man was out there serving working packs. Baby, I'm a baby. Stop playing with me. You think I don't know what Carhartt is? Oh my goodness. See, one of them. I'm smart. Shut your dumb ass the fuck up out of here. So what wound up happening? So now, I'm like, man, I got to get off the phone because he is literally telling me that what Carhartt is and acting like my son, like I was trying to push some on my son. Babe, my son asked for that shit. So he sent me like some shit off Chat GPT talking about the history of Carhartt. And then he was like, he said something stupid. And I'm like, listen, I don't know what type of time you on, but you know, I know it's that liquor. You probably need to put it down. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't do well for you whatsoever. It ain't doing well for your ass, right? But needless to say, my son got his blue Carhartt with the matching hat, and that nigga got cancer. Okay. Um, we probably talked 2 times since then. I ain't got no conversation. I'm over it, and I pray that he get the help that he need. Because, like I said, he's a really good person. You know, just an alcoholic. You know, so that wasn't gonna work for me at all. Mm-mm. All right, y'all. That's all for this segment of Dating in My 50s. If it resonated, made you laugh, made you think, that's what it was meant to do for you. We're going to keep having these real grown conversations. So make sure you stay tuned, tap in, and come back for the next one. Until then, choose peace, keep your standards high, and never forget you are the prize. I'm Honey. Till next time.